Hello everybody, welcome back to Esk the Irish Lad. I'm Esk and this is 5 path designs and what my thought process is when I'm making them. So before we start, if you could go over to the channel and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. Spend a lot of time on these videos, editing and recording them, getting ready, so it would be a huge help if you could subscribe. Aiming for 25 subscribers. I have 24 right now, so I mean, if you're that one person, maybe you could subscribe. That'd be very appreciated. Oh, where are we? So I have 5 designs right here, and I'm gonna show you the design, and then I'm going to show you how I make it and my thought process was I'm making it. So right here I have what a path has to be. These are the qualities that a path has to have. In my opinion, we can all have our opinions. So I think a path has to be asymmetric, windy. I don't think that's spelled right. Windy, I don't know. A lot of depth, like for example these path blocks I really like, and they add a bit of depth, the appearance of depth, and they actually are 1 pixel lower than the other blocks. And then the cobblestone, it kind of seems like it's taller than all the other blocks because it stands out, but you don't want something standing out that doesn't look very natural. So that's another very important thing. Variation is a very important thing. Like, for example, here it's not the best variation, but it consists of 3 main blocks: the path block, coarse dirt, and cobblestone. And one thing you need to take in mind is that the paths consist of 1 thing mainly, and then the cobblestone would be about 5% of this, and then the path blocks would be about, I don't know, 40, and then the coarse dirt another 45. I don't know, I'm not very good at maths. Detail, amazing point. You really need detail in your paths. Like the cobblestone is a bit of detail, like it's just something to add in that would make it seem like real life. And the most important feature, texturing. Now this is kind of like depth, but it's not. Texturing is how, it's just, depth is how to do it, or no, depth is, it's kind of the same thing. Texturing is just the kind of the art of putting blocks together and making them suit each other. Like these blocks, they don't look very similar at all, but they kind of look good together, which is it means it's very good in the texturing department. Don't know if that's even a thing, but apparently make it a thing. Oh, where am I? There I am. Okay. So yeah, that's an example of good texturing. And also a good example of texturing, it was, if I go like this, I go search up brown, and we grab some of this, and maybe some of this, and then I look up maybe some spruce, and I grab some of this, and I grab some of this. Press F1 there. Here we go. So if we pop all these blocks together, some of them look a lot more similar than others are. So if we replace these like this, it's kind of like a gradient. Maybe we pop this one here and do that. This one is a lot, I'd say, is kind of a bit darker than this one, but the depth makes this go over that. That's another fact of depth. But the art of texturing is getting them together to look like maybe they were once there before. So if we do something like this, so one block could be represent as the weaker block. So maybe this doesn't look right, but if we do this, and that looks a lot better. So we just take this down here, we go into our inventory, go into here, clear all this, and go out. Yeah, so the first design we have here is, whoops, screenshot, I was trying to F1, is this path design. I've used it in my survival series. If you've seen that, go check it out. Link in the description. But yeah, it combines coarse dirt and path blocks and cobblestone, because usually in paths there's that muddy part, then there's that part that's you know, it's stepped on a lot, but it's a lot drier, and it's, you know, the coarse dirt would be stepped on much more than this. And I don't know, I'm not very good at the old explanations, am I? The cobblestone, occasional stone in the road, you get that in a lot of dirt paths in real life. So my thought process here is if we could just grab our materials here. Oh, whoops, wrong F1. I don't know why I pressed F5. I like to start with path blocks, especially in survival, because if we don't like our decision and we break it, to replace it with a path block, you have to wait till it turns grass, and you have to get dirt over to it, and you have to wait till the whole thing spreads. So I start with the path blocks, add in a bit of coarse dirt like this, and get the slab that again, gradient, and that matches the color of the path. That's a very important detail. So we could do this, and once you actually surround one of these blocks with a bit of another block, the path block darkens. I'm saying a lot, maybe because the meme I don't know. I've done it again. Well, yeah, so that's mainly what I'm looking. This here, if you have sort of a pattern going on, like an accidental pattern, I'd say try to do as much as you can to remove that. So I'm going to do this, but I'm going to change it after. Then if there's a little space that looks a bit, it looks like it needs something to break it up, maybe pop in a cobblestone block there. This one looks like it needs to be broken up a bit here. This is okay because it's just up on the hill, so maybe there, maybe another block there. Try to space them out a bit and not have them in a pattern. The main thing you want is for it not to consist like a pattern. That's a very important thing. This next path here, I've tried to simulate kind of a slum part of a medieval city at the suburban part. Well, they wouldn't have called it suburban, but where there's houses crammed together. This is what this would look like, and the path would be a city path, but it would be very worn down and thin and cheaply made. So I put a lot of stairs in to add a bit of depth, and occasional slab, but don't do this too much. Doesn't look very nice if it's overdone. So we've got the blocks here: stone bricks, cobblestone, polished andesite, and andesite slab. You see, polished andesite, it matches stone bricks very well, but the block, it doesn't have any barriers like the bricks, so it's just the whole block is just a barrier around the edge, but not on the block like the bricks. So it just adds it. The stair kind of looks like, because if you look down, because this one's lower, it kind of looks like the line, but it also adds a bit of depth, which is very important, and it's a lighter tone, so we would really like that. What I do is I kind of do threesomes like this, do 3 like that, maybe do some like this, do this, a bit over here, maybe a bit over here, bit in the middle, because on the edge now we can add in, or maybe at a turn we just pop in andesite slab like that, maybe stone slab, I don't know, that doesn't look really good, so I'm going to replace that with that. Replace some of the stone bricks that you pop down with andesite polished andesite stairs, and put in a bit of cobblestone stairs. Don't put the stairs too close together, because that doesn't look very good. And there you go. That's my thought process whilst I'm doing that. So we can just pop these back in here. Don't think I'll need to, but just in case. And then the next one here, it's not really a path, but it's more of a city, main area of a city where you could have a horse garage. I would personally make the path wider, but I was restricted to this area because I had done it with the first 2 designs. So yeah, I've tried to incorporate a very dirty road with the paths on the side, a bit of depth so it looks higher, and it is higher. And here we have stone brick slab, andesite slab, cobblestone slab, coarse dirt, soil, and podzol. I'm going to start with one side. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I try to break it up with the andesite slab so it looks like it's a piece of they're like jigsaw pieces, these bits here, the stone brick bits. So if we do that, it kind of looks like it's just been popped on, and sometimes put in some cobblestone between that, very light bit, and looks very nice. Pop this down. I'm using the slabs as that because it's a lot cheaper, but yeah, pop this down like that, and there you go. This part here needs to be broken up a bit, so I'm going to break that one, put that there. Don't do the holes too much because they don't really look that good. But on the path here, I started with my podzol, but what I'm going to do is where the tracks are, where the wheels go, I'm going to put some marks with the soil, just as like a worn down bit of the mud due to the wheels. And in the middle here, I'm going to put down some of my coarse dirt, like this, bit like that. Get some of the podzol spreading out of it, like this. Maybe I can put a bit there, maybe. There you go. Not the best road design because I was limited in space, but pretty nice. Oh, forgot to clear my inventory there. Oh, wrong button. There we go. And the next one here, I've based it off path design, which is used for a while. I personally saw it off Mythical Sausage, his channel. You can go find that in the description right down there. Yeah, so he combined some of the brown concrete powder with coarse dirt, which looks very nice. Been the expensive side, but both consist of gravel, so you'll need a lot of gravel for this. And this is set in like a taiga. Yeah, and it has a bit of a barrier on the side. So if we just, open this chest, what we're going to need: coarse dirt, brown concrete powder, spruce slab, mossy cobblestone, and mossy cobblestone, stone brick, slab. Oh my goodness, that is a tongue twister again. Pop in some brown concrete powder here and there. Put in some spruce slabs like this. Put in a bit like this. Gonna occasionally put it. I usually put it like 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you can occasionally change it after to make it not seem like a pattern. Like this looks too much like a pattern, so I'd probably pop a block here maybe, and that breaks it up a bit. Then on the edge, most edges you put down a bit of mossy cobblestone, because the taiga seems like it's an old ruin. It's not, but it kind of seems like that. So put occasional mossy stone brick slab around here, like that, and there you go. That's a path done. So just clear our inventory. That looks pretty good. I like that. So the next one, the last one, is just a simple I don't really know. It's just a kind of a rural town path. What I use for this is I lay down the andesite, because that's the block we're going to consist the most. Put in some gravel for the darker tone. That looks really nice. Andesite slab right there. And then if you want to go a bit lighter, you use your light grey concrete powder. Break it up a bit. Don't use too much of it, because andesite is a low profile, or what am I saying? I don't know. Higher contrast. So put in some coarse dirt on the edge, just make it look like it's been walked on. Don't do it every edge, so like maybe we could get this, put that there, but then don't mirror it on the other side, because that doesn't look too right. And there we go. We have 5 medieval path designs for you to build. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing. I would love it so much. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.